Greetings, I am Liz.
And I am Scandal.
And let's share what's been on our minds
the whole time together.
The whole time. What's been on your mind
the whole time.
time?
All right, guys, what's been on your mind?
Actually, yeah, please feel free. What's been on your mind?
Yeah, what's been going on in your life today? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the whole time. Like, I'm fucking done.
Time. Every bit of the time. All of it.
I never said I would join this club.
Oh, you yell it even.
Excuse me?
Every time my friend is here going, I feel bad for playing such an asshole character, basically. Just going like, damn, why this thing? And then my friend...
And the character's a jerk.
And then the character's a jerk. It's like, no, it fits, actually. We have all these really sweet, nice girls and a guy who's just like a total bitch.
Either that or there's something else going on that we don't know. Because again, we don't know much about this game at all. We have very little...
Again, all we've got is the context cues they've given us and the dialogue they've given us. There could absolutely be myriads of other things going on. However, that's what we've got for right now.
It is true.
So yes, agreeing with my friend. But I think it's funny that the dialogue continues to agree with the interpretation that Splat is a real jerk.
Splat is totally an asshole. And Sayori is baby, please.
Can we protect Sayori?
I feel so bad for Sayori. Like, wow, we are such a mean, asshole to her. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I don't make decisions. I don't know how.
And none of you even asked.
I still have other clubs to look at, and
I did promise that I would take Splat to go look at the other clubs in the gathering at the gym. But since they've been here, all the open club registration is already closed. So
great. Oh my God, Sayori, I lose my train of thought. All four stare back at me with dejected eyes.
We're so hurt.
Oh my God.
Hurt. Every one of them.
Boo.
All right.
What are your eyes doing? It's really weird. They open up into these tiny voids and they start oohing at me.
Dejected eyes. It's kind of depressing.
It's really sad. Their eyes just popped right out of their heads and rolled on the ground, and they look so sad as they cry about on the floor. Wow.
And she just shrinks. That whole thing of you just shrink into yourself and just bend your knees sadly, Sayori had given us the impression that you were already signed on. Not to put it on Sayori. I mean, I don't mean to. I thought that. Well, you seemed like you were having a nice time. You
seemed like you were having a fun time.
I'm sorry. I thought. I suppose I did assume, and none of us did listen to your opinion in any way, and it just seemed like you were here, and that would be nice. And, all of us somehow have a crush on you that we're not mentioning.
Thank God.
Splat?
Aw, she looks away like,
oh. That's
me.
You. That's your sorry.
You all just oh my God. I'm defenseless against these girls. It's a really bad look. I have to avoid the eyeballs on the floor. Do you know how awful this is? Now I won't be able to walk out the door. And that rhymed. I realize it now that I am secretly a poet. I know that I can truly rhyme, and I will be the rhymiest of rhymes. And no one else will be able to do it like me on time. And everybody else will see my line. Nobody else gonna get it. Hey! Anyway.
Splat.
What?
You see, the Literature Club has already inspired you.
Oh, God, kill me.
So it has turned you into the poet you always wanted to assumably be, or that you at least nonetheless proud of.
No, actually, I'd rather die inside, thanks.
Oh, well, that sounds
How am
like
I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? They all look so sad and dejected, and therefore, as everybody knows, in the stories with the Otome games, one can never resist the sad face. One has no choices, actually, outside of... a very specific range of choices that we may or may not get every once in a while.
There are only ever 2 or 3 options of what you can do. You have no choice.
You really don't have any choice. Great. That's it. Writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Beautiful. Beautiful.
I didn't say our club meets every single day. That sounds like a lot of work, honestly.
No, I mean every day. I made this decision. You have me in here. I'm in to make the decision. Also, again, like, so as a trope, I have always strongly disliked this. Where, like, I get where you go, oh, God, we were all kind of hoping, but it's like, having the crux of your entire club really be on your player character / be on just a character always annoyed me in books, in movies, in anything else where everyone goes, no, you really need to come, blah, 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 blah. And the whole story's all about you and centered around you and whatever else. And I'm like, no wonder you have really weird, basically, narratives where you're just like, everybody gets taught basically that I'm always the protagonist, and it's not like, you need to have any empathy or sympathy for the other people in the room at all. It's always about you.
And that everybody is always watching, and your decisions are the only ones that matter, and the whole world revolves around you. And it does create that artificial sense of either importance or of insecurity.
Yeah.
And it can do either direction of really going, I am extremely important, which either can empower the shit out of me or make it so every decision I make is very weighty.
Yes,
and
it's sucky.
That's rough. But also there's still this experience of going, we understand this isn't a dating game, but it has a lot of the trappings.
It's the visual novel trope.
Kind of thing. I was gonna say of an otome game, if you will. But there's this experience of going, even in reference to the relatively limited number that we've played at this point, because all the ones we've played on screen. There's this experience of going, it is all about the guy. Whether you're playing the girl or playing the guy, it seems to be all about the guy.
Right.
And that's just
I need your approval. We need you to be
And
alone
I would love
with
it if they added something into here. And I understand this we don't know the tone of this yet, so we don't know what the authors are going for. But if there was some sort of impetus of why they needed him to say, like, we need 5 people in here.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not an official club, and none of us know anyone else.
Which worked really well for Mob Psycho, by the way, which was a really good series for, like, the first 8 episodes, by the way, and then it goes completely off the deep end in my personal
And there was
opinion.
this great experience of going, will you join our club? Because otherwise we can't be a club. And he's like, oh, well, to help you, sure.
Right.
And on the other hand, I also don't like that this is specifically, well, to spend every day with these beautiful girls. What if they were average-looking girls? What if they weren't girls? Why does them being beautiful add specific value to you being there? Do you think they're nice, interesting, clever, funny, entertaining? Do you enjoy the environment? Are they soothing? Are they comforting? Are they supportive? Are any of them interesting as friends or otherwise?
Right.
Do you have anything that you're getting from them at all other than beautiful?
Right. Well, and again, this could be an interesting subversion, but we don't know. We know very little about this game, and obviously we're still playing it, so hey,
so
who
here
knows?
we go!
We're gonna keep going. Right. Oh my god. Okay. I've decided then.
Everyone,
I'll join the literature club.
Yay! Confetti
Everyone's
and
still
sparkles!
looking all sad and depressed. Okay, so one thing that does bug me about the particular visual novel genre, all right, is the fact that while it's fun to read a comic, while it's fun to read a book, I feel like what they should be is they shouldn't be listed as a game. Because it really isn't. There's just a book. Like, so far, we have made 0 choices, guys, and we're almost 10 episodes in. We have made, like, the Arcana didn't even go this long without letting us have a choice, even when we redid the prologue. And we've got our own issues with the Arcana for various different choices, which are different, and obviously they're all different games. But speaking of, like, visual novels, one of the things that I've always been confused by is going, like, I'll just go read a book then.
Well, and the thing is that I find interesting about it is they go, yeah, but it's a program
or go read
it's
a
an
comic.
app.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but Kindle turns a book into an app, essentially,
right?
And it's not considered a game.
Right.
And these ones are considered to be games. Now, if they have a lot of different endings and such, I can go a little more on board with it, but at the same time, there are books like that. Again, we mentioned the Choose Your Own Adventure series a lot. And what if it wasn't called a game, an otome game, a dating game, a visual novel game? It was just a visual novel.
Right.
Like, and this was sold, in the bookstore.
Right. And again, there's
digital
nothing
books.
wrong with, like, the reading books. I feel like in some ways, one of the ways people have, like, tried distancing into visual novels or otome games is because there's this level of almost, like, shame of going, we're just trying to convince people that they're not reading a book.
I was going to say, okay, so one of the interesting experiments, and I'll try and wrap this up, that I did was I tried to explain to my dad what these are. And my dad's very big into gameplay kind of thing. Yeah. Having gotten very large with, my brother into the gameplay scene, right?
Right.
And playing a lot of, your old standard dude games that are first-person shooters and stuff like that. that.
Right.
And going, what's gameplay like?
Baldur's Gate.
And so, and a lot of RPGs and stuff like that, and so I was like, there was an experience of going, I'm trying to explain what a visual novel is to my dad without him having ever seen it, right?
Right.
And so there's this experience of going, okay, none of the choices matter for the most part.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of them, they're just, you get left content or right content, basically.
Yeah.
And nothing changes anything. You still, get there. Or there's one of two endings, and gameplay and story progression isn't affected in any way, except for at the very end.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. You either, or you just choose your depending on, like, if it's a Genius game, you just choose your love interest at the end, and nothing is affected along the way. And some people, I've actually seen a couple people in app stores be like, that's really great, because then, you really can do whatever you want, and there's no worry that you'll fail or anything. And other people going, but nothing happens, so you're just reading a book. And my dad was like, okay, but, like, there is gameplay, like, you have to do something. And I'm like,
the screen?
click a button. And anyway, so there's very little actual gameplay, and as we've discussed in essentially the ludonarrative dissonance with the Arcana, for the gameplay that there is, there's, in the route that we're in with Julian, a very strong experience of going, the plot, as far as we interpret it, is telling us that the primary thing we need to do is function as a detective to interact with whether or not a person lives or dies. The primary function of the game is date this guy and find out cutesy romantic stuff, and those are completely
different. Yes,
like totally at odds with each other.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of interweave. They're not put together very well. They seem like separate elements. All right, I'll join the literature club.
Bleh.
Oh my God! One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
And they get up, float up from the floor, and pop back into their heads. Boink!
And they are all glowing. It's really weird.
They just
and it's
glow
like,
with
whoa.
intensity. The lights go off, these glowing eyes look at you. You'll
Yes.
join our club. The
Join.
little smiles that you can see in the dark, and that's it.
Right?
I love that they actually have illustrated some teeth here.
Yes!
Finally. Like, I get that it's not realistic teeth, but all the time, everyone smiling really huge with no teeth just feels super weird. Like, do people not have teeth?
I'm also just like, so it reminds me personally, like, so I remember as a kid, a lot of people used to be like, my teeth are gross, my teeth are ugly, my teeth are this. So, like, not showing teeth, I feel like has contributed in its own way to that idea of going, you don't show teeth because teeth are gross.
Really?
You don't show teeth because your teeth are unbalanced, because you might have a weird snaggle tooth, or you might have whatever else. And it's almost indicative, maybe just of in reality itself, without it influencing it at all, of just going like, by the way, people hate their teeth.
Okay, so I would say
and
that
they go,
I
teeth
am
are in the way.
completely unfamiliar with that culture in all
Yeah, but
possible
you recognize
ways.
people by their teeth.
Okay, but again, I'm still really unfamiliar with that culture in all ways, like everything that my friend just covered. I would say, but for me, I always just assumed that people didn't draw the teeth because it made the drawing more complicated.
I mean,
and it was hard to make it aesthetically pleasing with teeth in it.
What'd you do? I draw 9 million characters with all their hands behind their backs.
Yes, all right. Yes! I am so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me,
Plop.
jumping up and down, taking me with her, and then basically she like slams my head into the ceiling, and it's pretty impressive. My God, I never thought that she was so tall.
Or strong.
Or strong. Like where?
I will grab you and then I hold on to while I jump up and down. And just sort of slam you around. It's aggressive.
Boom, boom, boom,
Whoa.
boom. You're like, whoa, dude,
Whoa.
I am impressive. Hey, 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 hey.
You really did scare me for a moment.
Well, that's
And-
not what you do with Yuri.
I say, and not like my horror books at all. Is that not what you do with me?
Never mind, honey. When you figure out anime, you are going to be so surprised. There isn't really an entire genre just made from you.
For you, with you, for you, around you.
Around you. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club.
Hey!
Literature Club. You're in. Hair in face.
You're
That's so good.
Whack Natsuki.
Does an epic hair flip. Natsuki. Whoa.
Natsuki. Oh, thanks.
Thanks. Natsuki. Still
Thanks.
hair in my face.
I guess. I don't know. I just like...
It's fine.
I'm just trying to not deal with the fact that you guys are going to cry your literal eyes out. And you quite didn't. It was really horrifying and really bizarre. But fine.
And everyone zorps off behind you real quick to watch what Monica's going to say.
Okay, here we go, Monica. We're all here for you.
We're all listening.
Go, Monica.
Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. We have 5 whole members. Splat decided to join us at the end of things. Sayori did contribute the member they promised, that she promised she would. So that's good. Good job, Sayori. Thanks. And, we should all give a round of, appreciation to Sayori. You know what, maybe next time we bring cupcakes, they should just, have someone, especially for Sayori, to just be like, thank you for bringing Splat. And then, Splat, thank you so much for joining us. And I had meant this to be a more organized speech, but also it's sort of like, I didn't realize I'd be given a speech at the end of this meeting. But we're going to write poetry, all right? Everyone remember tonight's assignment, where we write a poem to bring to the next meeting, so we can all share, and we'll all just sort of bare our literary souls in rhyme, except for some poems don't really rhyme. They just have, different pacing or pentameter or structure or haiku, or, you can write any kind of a poem, whatever speaks to you.
Right. All right. Monica looks over me once more,
Splat, I look forward to seeing how you, given the last time you expressed yourself, how
express
yourself next time. Yeah.
Because we're going to pretend like that never happened. Wow, Sayori, your friend is an asshole.
Kinda, yeah. But Splat's really damn cute, and all of us we just can't get over that. Just like Splat can't get over the fact that we're a bunch of cute girls. So we'll all just be real shallow right now and go, doesn't matter if they're an asshole, because, Doki Doki, I admire. Yeah.
That's me.
Sorry.
Yeah, sure. Hi. Right. Okay, yes, sure. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills, which is to say, my non-existent writing skills?
Oh, I've got it. Maybe I could just go onto the internet and download somebody else's poem and swap out a couple of words, and then it will be my poem. And that is not plagiarism at all, because then I changed something, and so it is now an original work.
Oh, yes, I have. That is brilliant. I would have never thought of that disembodied voice. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will go do so right now. Yes, I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. So
we've arrived in the guest house.
Oh my god. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. I really just don't want to do that. I was going to play my games and get my stuff done, but I do not understand why this is a requirement. I don't like it.
And it's more homework.
I don't need more homework, especially if this is going to happen every single day.
Clubs are supposed to be fun,
God.
not full of homework. You are not a teacher.
Well, meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food, because I totally did not eat. I sort of crammed it onto Sayori because ew. But then Sayori traded me a Twinkie and it was good.
Sayori now with a cat face on each
side.
It would look ridiculous, but on me it's so cute. Yes.
Aww.
Hey, Splat, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right! Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs.
But now you're also in the after-school club, and so
Damn
you
it.
too can stay, walk with me, because we're leaving at the same time together now, and you don't have an excuse of not wanting to wait around and do anything else. We could just spend more time together,
Yeah, well, Sayori, you're still not waking up on time, so yeah, never mind. Sure, might as well, I guess.
Otherwise, it'll be that experience of I say goodbye and I'm walking the same direction as you, and you say goodbye and you just keep walking the same direction as
and when
me.
we have to carefully not walk in stride or in pace with each other, and so that way then it doesn't look like we were walking home together, but then we end up always walking home together anyway.
We both leave the club at the same time. Well, bye! Walk in
the club, going on home, everybody walking in step. I don't know you. Who are you? Oh, no one. I'm just right here.
We're not walking home together. We said goodbye already.
We said goodbye. Honestly, I think that's the most awkward and funny thing to do. I've actually never done it before.
Okay.
Where, you say goodbye to somebody and you both go the same direction.
And you're trying to go the same way and you're like,
but I have heard about people talking about it, and it
Yes.
sounds like the funniest damn thing I've ever heard of. Sure, well, I might as well at least in the next one.
So
I
in the
suppose.
next one, we're all going to walk Sayori home together.
Oh, that'll be so good!
Isn't that
Or
so
we get
cute?
to tell our protagonist to go stuff it. It'll be fine. All right, so thank you very much, guys, then, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or our Patreon. We got some links in the description down below. It would be much appreciated if you did so.
Yes.
Other than that, though, I have been Scandal.
And we really do appreciate all kinds of support that you guys levy at us, whether it is monetary or sharing or just enthusiasm and enjoying our videos yourself.
Yes.
So thank you for all of that.
It helps us with the algorithm very much.
It really does. And in the meantime, I have been Liz.
And it was great playing with you.
Bye!